911. You need...
Hello, please. Help me. I'm Amanda Berry.
You need police, fire, or ambulance.
I need police.
Okay, and what's going on there?
I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years and I'm here. I'm free now.
Bazen en korkunç sırlar en sıradan evlerin içinde saklanır. Cleveland, Ohio. Sessiz bir mahalle, sıradan bir sokak, 2207 Seymour Avenue. Ama işte bu ev 10 yıl boyunca gözlerimizin önünde duran bir cehennemdi. 2002 yılında Michelle Knight, 2003'te Amanda Berry ve 2004'te Gina DeJesus, 3 genç kadın. Farklı hayatlar, farklı aileler ama aynı kader. Hepsi aynı adam tarafından kaçırıldı. Aynı eve, aynı karanlığa sürüklendiler. Adı Ariel Castro'ydu. Eski bir okul servis şoförü. Dışarıdan bakınca sessiz, içine kapanık bir adam. Ama içindeki canavarı kimse fark edememişti. O kadınlar yıllarca Bodrum'da, kilitli bir odada zincirlerle tutuldu. Seslerini kimse duymadı. Cam yoktu, saat yoktu. Zaman o evde durdu. Onlar oradayken dışarıda yıllar geçti. Doğum günleri kutlandı. Seçimler yapıldı. Dünya değişti. Ama onlar hep aynı kabusta yaşadılar.
You remember?
Yep, exactly.
This is a scale model of Castro's house of horror.
That's where he told you the puppies were,
Yes.
but that's where he first took you.
And that's where he took a pole and another pole, right across, and then a line that tied me up like a fish right there on the wall. And when I was untied, my arms, my legs, I couldn't walk. And he drags me down, takes me back out the door, drags me down these stairs like that. My head is like hitting the stairs, and it drags me this way. And
How did he drag you? By your feet?
yeah,
You spent your first few weeks and months down in the basement. Can you describe what that was like? How did he kept you there? What it looked like?
it was filthy, stank. There was nothing but dirty clothes, rats running all over the place, big filthy chains that he wrapped me in, big locks about like that hanging from my neck. There was a time that I was just sitting there and I just passed out because the chains were so tight. You couldn't breathe. And the motorcycle helmet didn't help
What was the motorcycle helmet?
to put over my head. And it made it even harder to breathe because it made the chain bear into my throat.
After a period of time, you left the basement. What happened next? Where did you go? Where did he take you?
He took me to a room and he says, this is where you're gonna spend the rest of your years. You get to a point where you feel like it's hopeless. You got so much hope and so much love in your heart and so much to live for, but you don't feel like it's going anywhere. You don't feel like it's coming any sooner. And then you just give up.
Did you even have a plan, or was it just a hopelessness that came over you?
A hopelessness. I just sat there and said, well, one day he's gonna treat me just really bad. I'm just gonna down the alcohol that he gives me. And I'm gonna go to the edge of bed because my chain was short and just fall. and let it break my neck.
How did you survive in the sense of, did he give you food? Did you have water?
It was very little. And I don't know how I survived it.
You girls would be up here?
Yes. And he will take speakers, chairs, couch, seats, whatever, put it right there, and he'll block from anyone getting up the stairs at all.
And no one said, hey, that's strange. Why do you have it like that?
Yeah. Don't understand. I had gotten off of work early that day, and I worked at Burger King. I called my sister for a ride. She was at work, and I had called a friend for a ride, and he didn't answer, so I just started walking. And as I was walking, there was a van, and it was in a driveway that I had to go around. I looked up, saw a man and a girl in the van. The girl looked like someone that I had worked with, so, I smiled at them, continued to walk. A couple minutes later, the van pulls up, and he says, do you need a ride?
I was walking home from school with his daughter, Ariel Castro, and she used the payphone to call her mom to ask her if she could come to my house. And her mom said no, she went her other way, and I went the other way. He asked me if I seen his daughter, and I said yes, and he was like, can you help me find her? I was like, yes, and then he didn't turn around. We ended up going to his house.
I had my Burger King outfit on, so he noticed that, and he was talking about how his son had used to work there.
This is Seymour Avenue, less than 4 miles from where the girls were abducted. Ariel Castro moved here in 1992, and he was well known in the area. He imprisoned the 3 girls here for more than 10 years. They were chained up for much of the time, raped over and over again, half-starved, sometimes beaten, and never allowed out of the squalid, airless house. 2207 Seymour Avenue has been razed to the ground now. One less physical reminder of the girls' decade in hell.
And how did he chain you, Gina, when you were
My chain went through her wall to my wall, like through a wall, because her room and my room were connected, so it went straight through a wall. And then it like divided from my ankle to Michelle's ankle.
It must have been terrible to have the chains on all the time. But also, when he was abusing you physically, he had you sometimes in the same room.
There was only like a couple of times that happened with me, and yeah, that was like horrible. Like I remember crying and telling him no.
But again, it was part of the sadism.
I think the more we cried and showed him our pain and our sorrow, like he like got energy from that. Like it helped him. So we kind of learned. Yeah, we kind of learned, right? To like just don't cry, don't show him your pain, don't show him you're mad, even though
Don't
sometimes
let him see
it was.
you're hurting, so he won't laugh from the inside.
3 years into Amanda's ordeal, something would happen which would change the experience of everyone inside. Amanda became pregnant.
I had realized that I hadn't got my period, and that was like the first sign. And then I had started like getting sick, like I couldn't eat anything, and I would just throw it up. So that was the sign.
But you knew that he didn't want a baby in the house.
Yeah, because, if the baby cries or, the neighbors hear a baby or someone comes to the house, and what do you do with the baby? How do you keep a baby quiet?
But then came the time when you went into labor.
Yeah, I really didn't even know I was going into labor. I just had like labor pains all day, but I had no idea what it was. Eventually I had to use the bathroom, and like I heard something pop, and I didn't know what it was, but then he's like, oh, well, I think your water broke. So he takes me upstairs into my bedroom, and he brings out this baby pool, and that's where I had to like lay until I had the baby, so like I wouldn't make a mess on the bed. So he had gotten Michelle to come in and help me deliver the...
Ve bir gün beklenmedik bir şey oldu. 6 Mayıs 2013. Amanda Berry o evden kaçmayı başardı. Kapının kilidi düzgün kapanmamıştı. Tüm gücüyle bağırdı. "Yardım et!" Bir komşu duydu. Polis geldi ve işte o an Amerika uyandı. Polis eve girdiğinde kimsenin tahmin etmediği bir manzarayla karşılaştı. Michelle Knight, Gina DeJesus ve Amanda Berry'nin küçük kızı. Evet, o çocuk Ariel Castro'dan doğmuştu. Ariel Castro tutuklandı. 937 ayrı suçtan yargılandı. Cezası ömür boyu ve artı 1000 yıl. Ama adalet tam yerini bulmadan hücresinde intihar etti. Cezasını çekmeden kaçtı. Tıpkı hayat boyu kaçırdığı adalet gibi. O ev daha sonra yerle bir edildi. Ama hatıraları hafızalara kazındı. Cleveland artık sadece bir şehir değil, gözümüzün önündeki karanlığın sembolüydü. Michelle, Amanda ve Gina yaşadıkları travmalarla hala savaşıyorlar. Ama onların hayatta kalışı, karanlığın içinden doğan bir umut ışığı. Peki sizce bir insan nasıl olur da 10 yıl boyunca kimseye fark ettirmeden böyle bir şeyi başarabilir? Sadece duvarların arkasına saklanarak mı? Yoksa toplumun bakmaktan korktuğu yerlere gizlenerek mi? Yorumlara yazın. Çünkü bazen cevaplar sessizlikte gizlidir. Bu anlatı sonsuzun arkasında için hazırlandı. Eğer gerçek suç, gizem ve insan zihninin karanlık dehlizleri ilginizi çekiyorsa abone olmayı unutmayın. Bir sonraki karanlık hikayede görüşmek üzere.